Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to Mondays with Max. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Let me switch over. I am without the infamous Sunflower Mama this evening because she is simply a saint. My father called and said, "Hey, can you take me to urgent care?" And I was like, no, sorry. What he said was, "Are you doing anything right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting ready for my live stream." He's like, "You're what?" I said, "My live stream." He's like, "All right, whatever that is, I don't know, but can you take me to urgent care?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I could." And Sunflower Mama jumped up. "Don't worry about it. You go do your stream. I'll take care of it." So she is with my father. Actually, she might even be home. Yeah, I think they've already been picked up prescription, and I think she's dropping him off now. So she might be back before the end of the stream. But anyway, she is simply the best and a saint. Not anything you guys don't already know. So again, love her to death. I mean, starting early, Oval Bore. That's starting early. It's 8:15. Not starting early. It's supposed to be at 8 o'clock, but that kind of set me a little bit back as I was trying to figure out what was going on with my dad. So anyway, well, let's start from the top and let's see who is here. Retro Mike Tech is here. Canadian Miner. Thank you for being a member. Alexander Fleener, thank you for being a member. Second TL Mining. Triple D. Steven Cicero, thanks for being a member. Crypto Crag, thanks for trying to be a member. Let's see who else is here. Those are kind of all the people that were the early birds. Automatic Beats. Let's see. Integra Guide, Cherish, Fudweiser, AC Mining, Real Living Investing. Cherish, I'm not sure if I mentioned him. Chris GTR, Slick Nick 87, Bacon Eggs and Hash, Orange Husky Mining, Geek of All Trades, which I have to thank him for giving me the idea for the stream tonight. I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about. He started asking me some questions and I was like, yep, I know what I'm talking about tonight. Burn, Black Sails, Mining Booms, Sherm, Oval Tech, who I already mentioned, and Oval Vortex says, "I expect some countdown slippage like the movies." Yeah, I'm pretty much on time. I give people a few seconds, but that's about it. You were here. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? Let me see who else is here. All Set Miner. I think I may have met Galaxy 9 Synthesis, Taines, K-Trim, Patrick Guyan, and okay. All righty. Stealing Goat's ideas like I steal Network Bits thumbnails. Yeah, and actually I have to thank Network Bits as well. He got me involved in some of these projects. Actually, he got me involved in one of the projects. Chris Bagnell, I heard of that one project directly through him first. Anyway, I've heard of them all through various things, but anyway, let's look at the market to start. Actually, I haven't even set up my, let me go here first. Then we will share the screen. Share and add to scene. Yeah, it's pretty red out there, folks. Pretty darn red. BTC is below 28,000. Wah, wah, wah. You know, like I said, we're going to trade sideways. I think the upper bound that we're going to see this year is going to be 30,000. We're going to bounce up against that. We might even get as high as 33,000. So, yeah. But I really don't see us going that much higher until next year. But again, think about where we started. I mean, Bitcoin was at 16, 17,000 near the beginning of the year. And we've already seen huge gains since then in Bitcoin. So Might see some other gains in some of the other coins that maybe haven't seen that much yet, but as far as Bitcoin goes, I don't think we're gonna really bounce out of this range anytime soon. I know there are plenty of other people that disagree with me on that, but that's just my personal opinion based upon history. And history has been known to change. So we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it goes to 40, 45,000 this year. That would be phenomenal in my book. But we shall see. Just curious, I should put a poll. Do you guys like Coin360 better, or do you like Crypto Bubbles better? But I should say to Mining King, who I have not seen here yet, hello, New England Crypto. You're welcome, because I suggested that he sell Render and buy Litecoin, and he saved himself about 5%. So he still lost money. He would have been better off just going into cash or going into, you know, USDT or USDC, whatever, one of those. But anyway, but I did save him a little bit by going into Litecoin. Of course, if he'd gone into Bitcoin, he would have saved even more. Actually, if he'd gone into Ethereum, he would have saved even more. Ethereum's down less than the general overall market as well. So Pepe for the, and again, this is for the week. If we go to the day, Litecoin's down 6.8% and Render's down 11.8%. But again, that 5% margin. And Pepe is the big loser at 31.6%. I think the ride may be over. And the Saint just walked in the door, but we will give her some time to come in if she feels like it. She may just want to go. Not even. My father can be a handful at times. So, alrighty. So we have 51 viewers. People will trickle in, but my main topic for tonight was, what am I doing for passive income when it comes to crypto? That's what the main subject for tonight is. So basically broke it out into a couple different categories. You have your nodes, your crypto nodes. You set up a piece of hardware, or you set up something, you know, at a provider. But basically you're running a piece of software that provides a service to the network, but you also have to stake the coin in order to provide that service. So there's lots of different things you can call, you know, there's master nodes out there, there's plenty of other kinds of nodes out there as well. So the ones that I am participating in, obviously, you know, I do Flux nodes. Yes, I do Flux nodes. I know that's a shock to you all. But in fact, actually this weekend, I went through and updated Ubuntu on all of my Flux nodes, because I think that was giving me some of the problems. So I just like, okay, time to update them all. So I did that. It took me some time this weekend, but I did that. But anyway, so Flux nodes doesn't make a lot, but I mean, it's better than a bank account. Makes 12%. And again, I am not basing this on how much it makes in dollars. It's how much it makes in that currency. So, because the currency, you know, the crypto could go up or go down. So Flux makes about 12% for Cumulus nodes, and the other nodes that actually makes less. But there's other pros and cons to that. But yeah, I make about 12% on that. And then the other types of nodes I have a Raptorium node. And I say node because it's that one, you're buying into a partial node. I'm going through iShare. I believe it was called iShare. No, iNode, sorry. And yeah, I've got like about 71,000 Raptorium right now, which is worth a whopping like $115. I've seen the price of Raptorium go down. So as I make my about 14% on Raptorium, it continues to go down in price. So I'm not really gaining anything, but you know, again, this is the bear market. So hopefully Raptorium will recover and I'll benefit from all of those gains with my Raptorium nodes. And then the other true node that I do have is I have 2 pre nodes. You can take 4,000 pre, and you can basically stake them and turn them into nodes. I'm running my nodes on the Flux network, which, by the way, it actually stated today in their Discord. Let me bring up the quote. Come on. There you go. This is from Jeff Gee. Hey, Flux pre-search community. We're excited to let you know that our pre-search node offering is now available again on the marketplace. We want to apologize for any inconvenience caused by its temporary unavailability, which was due to the overwhelmingly popularity of this service on our network. We're thrilled to see so many people recognizing the value of pre-search nodes and support the pre-search ecosystem. We took some time to address the increased demand and have made some improvements on our network. Thank you for your patience and understanding during the interruption. We hope you'll take advantage of this opportunity to continue supporting the decentralized and reliable search results that pre-search nodes help make possible. So, Jeff Gee and the Flux team. So, if you were waiting to deploy a pre-search node on Flux, now is the time. They have ironed out a few issues that they had based on having a lot of demand. And so now people can start rolling them out again. So let me show you, drag this down here. So I was actually talking to Goat about this today, Geek of All Trades, and kind of made me start thinking, like, how much am I making actually on this? I know I was supposed to be making somewhere between 40 and 50%, but how much was I really making? So pulled up the last 90 or so days. In this case, it was about 95 days. And I have made on my 4,000, this is for one node. So on 4,000 pre, I've made 421 pre. So it's about 10% every 3 months, or about 40% a year. So I really like this project. Obviously, it needs more adoption for it to increase in price, but it is working on incorporating itself with ChatGPT in its search results. So it's doing a lot of great things. I see the price of this going up. I don't see it going down as far as, I'm not as concerned about it going down as I am about other projects I'm invested in, like Raptorium, for instance. Raptorium, I'm concerned that, yeah, I've got it making, 14%, but would I be better off taking that $100 and putting it somewhere else? But it's only $100. It isn't going to make or break me either way. So anyway, so that's the one category, is nodes. The other one, or the second one, is Brian Hollywood here. Otherwise, he's going to leave if I mention this word, or maybe it'll make him show up. Maybe it's like the panda call. If I mention the H word, he's just going to magically arrive. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, so the next thing is basically kind of like proof of coverage. Crankk isn't exactly that, but it's still kind of in that same category. And really, they both don't provide proof of coverage. They provide a data network, a wireless data network over the LoRaWAN network, or over the LoRaWAN frequency bands. So Helium, yeah, I did the math. I'm probably making somewhere between 10 and 14 cents a day on each Helium hotspot that I have. So is that profitable? Yeah, it's profitable. It's profitable at a pretty high rate, but again, you need a lot of these to make anything significant out of them, because they only run at like about 5 watts. So, and I should actually mention the Flux nodes, they run at somewhere around, the worst ones run at like 12 watts. I've got a HB mid form factor computer, and I put a power meter on it, and it was only running at 12 watts. So they run at very, very low power. So again, they kind of, the power in it doesn't really matter much. But anyway, so sorry, going back to Helium, makes about 10 to 14 cents a day in IoT now, doesn't make HNT. And actually, in a way, I think that's kind of cool in the fact that it's on the Solana network. And so now when it makes IoT, I usually just take that IoT and move it into Solana. I think Solana's got more of a future than HNT. So I can immediately convert it to something that I think will be worth something in the future as opposed to HNT. So anyway, so I am still running Helium hotspots. And then the cool thing is that now I'm going to be putting Crankk on these same hotspots alongside. They will run in parallel on the same device. So I don't need to go out and buy a new device in order to run this. Do have to make some investment in it. I'll go over this at some time in the future when I'm a little bit more knowledgeable about it, but Joe's been helping me out with it, and I have one fully up and running. I need to get the second one up and running. But I do want to thank Milan as well as Joe for all their help in getting it up and running, because I made some really stupid mistakes, which we will not talk about. So anyway, but basically those two are that type of product. Hold on one second. Was it what he thought it was? Okay. So anyway, I don't know if you heard that eye roll, but it was a pretty loud eye roll. Not at me, but at my father. But anyway, here's the thing. My dad's home all day. Sunflower Mama's home all day. He waits until the evening to call. Could have been done anyway. All right. All right. So that's the second type. And then the third type is more related to, I call it auto or transportation or something of that sort. So the two that I've got on that are Hivemapper and Dimo. And I just got a Hivemapper a little while ago, and my calculation pretty much matched up with what I also heard. I don't remember if it was Joker Miner that did the calculation or somebody else. For some reason, that's what sticks in my head, was it was Joker Miner did the calculation. But anyway, but basically my calculation was somewhere in the range of 20 to 22 cents a mile is what you make with Hivemapper currently. That can change. There's a lot of variables in it, but that's what I found. So for me, it's really not worth it to hold on. I'm going to remove from scene. It's really not worth it to go out and make a special trip in order to use the Hivemapper, but I drive around a lot, at least an hour a day. And I do make sure that I take a slightly different route to and from work each day in order to hit just a little bit different area each day. I've got a couple different routes I can take, 2 different tollways I can take that get me there in about the same amount of time. So yeah, I can do a lot of different routes going that way. So yeah, Hivemapper, and then the other one, and I just ordered it today. I don't know how long it'll take to get to me, but I ordered 2 Dimos, one for myself and one for Sunflower Mama. My daughter, unfortunately, doesn't have a car that is new enough yet. She has a 2008. She drives 3 miles to and from work. So and it's a very comfortable car. So she is going to stick with that, at least for the time being, even though she's got the money. She could buy a new car if she wanted to. But anyway, those 2 things are new to me, and we'll be talking more and more about them. I got my first payout last Thursday with Hivemapper, and that's where I came up with that conclusion of about 20 to 22 cents a mile, somewhere in that range. And then lastly, I also put Freecash as another way. I basically have a window that is still up and running where I play a video, loot.tv. I let it play all day long and makes me about $1 a day. And as long as it hits, as long as I make at least $1 or 100 points or 1,000 points a day, I can also earn extra coins as a bonus, as well as as long as you go to this one site each day and click. Once you've been there for a little bit of time, you'll max out at 100 points a day. So basically another 10 cents. So I don't know, somewhere in the range of $1 to $1.20 a day is what I make generally. Occasionally there will be an opportunity in there that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like super easy to do and makes me a few extra bucks. One of the ones I recently did, or I should say recently got credited for, was opening up an exchange account at what the heck was the exchange? Why am I drawing a blank? Anyway, it was an exchange. It's one that I don't even have anything at anymore, but I have an account that's open in case I want to use it. But anyway, that one actually paid out $34. So got 30 and it paid out this past week. So I got $34 of LTC Litecoin paid out to me. So yeah, anyway, those are all the different areas that I am trying to earn passive income. I don't have a ton invested in each different category. So we're talking minimal amounts. You know, Freecash is somewhere in the range of around $30, $30 to $50 a month. Now, March, if you decide you really want to go a whole hog with Freecash, well, first of all, use my affiliate link if you would. It's in the description. But if you decide you're going to go ahead and do it, you can't I made quite a bit of money in March. I won't disclose it. If you watch some videos past, I talked about it. But once you've done it once, once you've really kind of said, okay, I've done everything I can, there aren't enough new opportunities to actually do to continue to make that amount. So it's kind of a flash in the pan type of opportunity. And then that's it. Obviously, you know, DJ did the DoorDash. I did that as well. That was a great opportunity. In fact, Freecash has a partnership with DoorDash in the fact that if you do that and you do a TikTok and a YouTube short about your experience, and as there's some specific things you need to put in that short and TikTok video, you can get put into a drawing in order to win Freecash points, which obviously you can turn into crypto or actual dollars if you like. So check out Freecash on Twitter. They do have it on Twitter. They did tweet that out there. So anyway, that is about it. But like I said, so yeah, maybe $30 a month on Freecash. Obviously, Helium was almost next to nothing. You're talking like $3 to $4. Well, about $10 a month there. Hivemapper, I'm not sure, because the first week that I got paid out, I actually made a special trip. Now that I've seen like how much it pays and I'm not making those special trips and I'm just doing it to and from work mostly and on regular trips, we'll see what that ends up paying out this coming Thursday. Pre-nodes, like I said, is 40%. So basically making about 1,600 or 3,200 pre. And let's see. So that's per year. So 3,200 pre times 0.05. So 3,200, it's about $160 a year. So again, not a ton, but it's, again, there's literally set and forget with pre-nodes. There's really not anything. You need to check it every once in a while, especially if it's running on Flux. Occasionally it will get stuck. At least that's what I have found. And either maybe need to unstake and restake. And that's happened to me in the many months that I've done this. I think it's happened to me twice. And that was quite a while ago. So it hasn't happened in quite some time. So anyway, again, not making a ton of money, but making something. I have no idea what Crankk and Dimo. I know what other people have said Crankk and Dimo make. In fact, some people here had mentioned what it made. But since I haven't seen them for myself, I will not disclose that. I mentioned prenodes and Flux nodes making about 12%. So 12%, and I've got right now with where its price is about 4,000. So that's probably where I'm making the most, just because of the amount I have invested in Flux. And then Raptorium is 14% on something that's already declining. So not really going to mention that. So anyway, obviously we're in a bear market, so who knows? All these could turn around in price, and Lambo. Although I will never get a Lambo. I couldn't get in and out of a Lambo. No way would I get a Lambo. Anyway, let me check the chat to see if there are any questions. I should make a dedicated video on Freecash. I don't want to lose subscribers, though. That's like a very volatile subject. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Yeah, that's why I kind of just mentioned it. I try not to like oversell it. If I do a video by itself, I am obviously going to mention my affiliate link, and I don't want to appear to be a shill, I guess. I have a super chat. Mining King with a with the $2 super chat. Oh, way down there. That's why. Max Voltage Financial Fridays. No, I'm at work on Fridays, so you will not get Max Voltage Financial Fridays. Not unless I get to like Panda level number of subscribers where I can maybe do this for a living. Because I live a very modest lifestyle. Anyway, Geek of All Trades. Is Max Voltage trying to scam us? Nope. Where's your flannel promo code? Yeah. All right, let me go back up. See what other comments. Geek of All Trades. I tried the Loot TV and let it run for a few days. I never got a payout, so I said screw it. We don't. Okay, so Loot TV, you don't get a payout. First of all, you have to make sure you're logged in. Okay, logged into the same login information that links to your Freecash account. I did it a long time ago. I don't remember exactly how to do it, but there is a way to link the two so that when you click on the number of points you have, so because that's how you get your payouts. You get the points, and then in the upper right, and then you click on points. In fact, let me just bring this down because there's nothing. Yeah, let me just bring this down. So this is what's running. Let me reshare the screen. All right, so this is what's running. So I'm doing food. The food thing is right here, but there's a number. There's food, like handyman type stuff, gaming, and then business. Those are the four. I find that food and this is actually like crafts is the hammer, pay the best. I think food pays a little bit better than the crafts do. I found the gaming and the business doesn't pay as well for whatever reason. But anyway, I did right before the stream. I did actually cash out my 1,000 points, so I'm already up to 50 points. So, but basically, you just click on this, and then you click redeem points. And then you click the count, Freecash, and then once you've done that, you redeem the points. I'm not going to redeem the points because they're not at 1,000. Try to only redeem the certain number of points until I get to that 1,000, then I redeem it. But that's all there is to it. I mean, it is pretty darn simple. Now, there have definitely been times where it's gotten stuck and it, says that, I'm trying to remember some of the error messages that came up, but basically it won't load the next video, so therefore it's not moving on. There are definitely times, but lately it hasn't been doing that to me at all. So it's been pretty darn reliable. And then the actual number of points you receive has definitely varied. There was a period of time for 2 or 3 months where I couldn't make the $1,000 in a day. Now I've been right about $1,000 in a day. Sorry, 1,000 points. No, thank God Sunflower Mama was here to correct me on that. Yeah. 1,000 points a day. So that that makes the $1 a day. So alrighty, let me move this back up here. What does a Lamborghini have to do with Hivemapper? I'm confused. I'm very confused. Anyway. All right, let me remove that back from scene. All righty, let me see what other comments I missed. Love the sticker frame at the back. Sorry, only noticed it now. Love the sticker frame.
With the stickers in it. Come on.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Got it. I was sitting here going, don't you? But you know what I love the most? I love the Misfit Mining Glow. That's what I love. That is that's the handiwork of Sunflower Mama. Unfortunately, that's a battery powered light, so she's now trying to figure out how she can put in like a plug so we're not constantly going through batteries in order to light that thing up. But anyway, alrighty. Let's see what else we have. You see my Helium video? I did. Joker Miner? You had a Helium video? I have not seen it. I haven't really been paying attention to any Helium content. It pays so little. City says, do you think RTX NVLink bridge will work? Proof of useful work to combine the memory while using two A5000 GPUs. It's a good question. Theoretically, it's supposed to, I think. It's supposed to make them both act as one GPU, but not sure. Not sure at all. You know, and this also goes back to, you know, how well are the people that are using proof of useful work going to be able to break down their problems into smaller and smaller and smaller problems. The smaller they can break out the problems, the more parallel processing they can use, and the more lower cost setups they can use. So it would be in their best interest to actually try to break up that problem as much as possible. Let's see here. Patrick Guyan says, is there a good on-ramp to buying Flux? There's a number of different places you can buy Flux. You can buy Flux at TradeOgre, or you can buy Flux at KuCoin. KuCoin is probably the better of the two, but if you have both, check them both out. See where you can make better use of your crypto at maybe a slightly lower price, because different exchanges will have a slightly different price for the same crypto. So, but both will work. And Joker Miner says, going over Freecash again. Hey, I'm only just going over the ways that I earn passive income, albeit not as much as I would like. Oh, Patrick Guy says, I appreciate that unapproved tone when you say my name. Why does everybody think I have a tone? I don't have a tone, especially when I read your name, Patrick Guyan. All righty, let me scroll back down, make sure I caught everybody's comments. Let's see. There's that. And again, thank you for the super chat, Mining King. I very much appreciate it. And Ted said, just do shorts on Freecash when there are really good deals as a heads up. That's a good idea. I like that. I may have to yeah, and I've actually been doing Freecash under DJ Mine. So yes, if you get a lot of referrals, you start racking up. There's like different tiers. I'm still at the lowest tier. I'm at like the very first tier. I think it's 5% or whatever. But as you start gaining more and more referrals, your percentages go up significantly too. So I'm sure that DJ is starting to see some of that benefit, but he's the one who brought us all into it, so he deserves it. Patrick, and by some people hating it, you mean just Mining King. I don't mean just Mining King. He wasn't the only one. Anyway, DJ Mine says 12 more weeks until I hit level 3 on Dimo. Gonna get the big bucks at level 3. I didn't even know that there were levels. Very interesting. But welcome, DJ. Thank you for being here. Let's see. He is using Brave browser. That won't work. Oh, got it. Got it. Overboard says it's for the memes. I'm sure I missed something up above, but I'm only reading the ones I'm tagged in. Can we write off the 30% tax? So Pearl Rival actually, because we were talking about this on one of the streams in the chat. I think it was Rabid's video? Anyway, somebody's video that brought up the 30% tax. And, or actually it might have been the Saturday Night Live and I may have just been in chat. Anyway, but yeah, if the government's going to tax you 30% on the energy that you use, well, the energy that you use is an expense. So therefore, if you get taxed extra on the energy that you use, wouldn't that also be a tax deduction? A tax expense against your income? So thus lessening the amount of that tax? I don't know. Was kind of interested in that. The other part of it is considering the tax rates, just don't claim that you use any income for your crypto, for earning any of your crypto. Just don't say it's mining. You're at home. What are they going to do? Break down your door? I don't know. It's one of those things where a lot of people are worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It's kind of just dumb is what it is. They said it would bring in $3.5 billion in income. A, I think it's way overestimated. And B, it's only $3.5 billion to the government. That's like probably, let's see, what is it? How big's the budget? $10 trillion or whatever. $3.5 billion is nothing. What's the point? It's just political. Alrighty, I will get off that subject. Joker Miner, no love for content. Crypto Crag with the 12.34 super chat. Thank you very much. Max, I trust your financial. This is not financial advice. Not financial advice. I'm simply sharing what I am doing. It does not mean you should follow suit. Not financial advice. Max, I trust your financial advice. Should I sell everything, GPUs, ASICs, the dog, and ape into Pepe coin like a true degen? Please respond with FA. Yeah. You know the way I feel about meme coins. You will not catch me. I mean, the only thing I thought of doing recently was actually getting payouts from Freecash and Doge just to have some Doge in case it does something, because it might. But it's kind of just, as far as I'm concerned, it's like throwaway money. That's what it is. It's true gambling. There is nothing that says that those coins should be worth anything. The only reason why Dogecoin might be worth something is because some organization of some sort will decide to use it as currency. Dallas Mavericks had said, oh yeah, we'll accept Dogecoin at our arenas. And obviously, the things that Elon has said. So yeah. All righty. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh yeah. So on Saturday, I was invited. Mining King was nice enough to indulge me on his trading stream that he has on Saturdays. And, I don't really think about like what I know may not be what other people know. It seems basic to me. And so, you know, when I think of somebody as intelligent and smart as Mining King, I think, he just would know this, right? But again, if you haven't, there's one thing to be smart and there's another thing to be ignorant, you know, and ignorance does not mean you're stupid. It just means you don't know something because you haven't been introduced to it. So, at any rate, so it was very interesting to me that he didn't know like different strategies, very basic strategies for trading. And so what I shared on that stream was what my strategies have been in the past, which is when something goes up, you sell. When something goes down, you buy. It's simple as that. And you don't just do that when it happens, because then it becomes emotional. You know, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's up to 40,000. It's going to keep going. I'm not going to sell. And then it bounces back to 35. And you're like, dang it, I should have sold and bought back. So what I have done is, and I haven't really been doing this lately as much, just because things have been going down and I'm kind of fully invested right now. I don't have any cash sitting on the sidelines. But what I generally do is, as things go up, I sell. And then when they bounce back down, I rebuy. So I'm constantly in this. And what I'll do is I will set different levels and different amounts to sell on the way up. And then given where I'm at, if I have extra cash, I will set different levels where I buy. So that's what I've done in the past. And it doesn't make a ton of money. It's, again, you're not timing the market. You're playing what they call it swing trading. You're playing the swings in the market. Where do you make money doing swing trading? When the market is going sideways. And honestly, that's what I think it's going to do for most of the rest of the year, is generally trade sideways. Might go up a little bit, might go down a little bit. So I think, in my opinion, and this is not financial advice, I think this is the best time to incorporate swing trading strategies, into your portfolio. So, like I said, I would need more cash in order to be able to do that. So I would need another bump up where I could then feel comfortable about selling some of the things. And then, so if I saw like Bitcoin go up above 30,000, like 32, 33, yeah, I'll be selling a little bit there and then waiting for another downturn. That's kind of where I'm at. Yes, I was about ready to get to that. Thank you very much, though. Second TL with the $5 Aussie super chat. Thank you very much. Hashtag Mosaic Fund for the plant pot behind you. Well, thanks. And yeah, I had nothing to do with that. That obviously is all. Oh, it needs to be flashier. Well, see, that is a that particular plant. It's from your great grandmother, right? It's a descendant of your great grandmother. That's a different
Somebody
one.
else's great grandma's plant.
Oh, that's somebody else's great grandmother's plant. Okay, yeah. So, there's the things called Christmas cactuses, and that's what that is. But, she has given away like little pieces of this Christmas cactus that she got from her great grandmother a long time ago. Well, that particular Christmas cactus is one she did an exchange with to get a slightly different type of Christmas cactus. But that was from that person's great grandmother. So there's a story behind it. We have those types of plants all over. It's definitely not advice, Mining King. Stop being a troublemaker. All righty. All right, so that's basically the type of trading I do. Now, it can get you in trouble in a down market, because what are you doing on the way down? You're buying. And if it keeps going down, you get into trouble. So I had, when I worked for, I'll just say worked for a particular company, I actually did swing trading every single day in my 401k. And I tripled my money. But the thing is, I kept incorporating it as that particular company was going down the drain. and basically didn't lose it all. I almost lost all of my gains by continuing with that strategy. So you kind of have to get a feel for where you think the market is, and that definitely helps, because if you think the market is generally in an upward swing, then you're going to buy more as it goes down and sell less as it goes up. If you feel like it's in a downward swing, you're going to sell or buy less on the way down and sell more on the way up. So just depends. So anyway, Crypto Crag asked, am I going to Mining Disrupt? No, I will be in Nashville that weekend for our anniversary. Our 31st wedding anniversary, actually. Let's see. Lowest cost ASIC for long-term mining of BTC. I'm not an ASIC guy, so I really don't know. And again, the ASIC game is tricky, because just when you have the most efficient one, the next one's 6 months down the road, or a year down the road. So if you don't get it right as it comes out, then you may not have enough of your gains to even make back your initial investment. That's the tough part. MCW says, you once said that the Flux halving would equal a price increase. When that going to happen? Again, market forces can affect things. And again, the halving happened in February. We're only in May. So look at where Bitcoin halvings and where their big increases happen. They usually happen a couple months after. I know. I have to go up because I missed some tags. So anyway, it will. We're in a down market. That's affecting things. I really think that proof of use will work, and a lot of things that are coming out with that, I think, are going to really push Flux higher. That's my personal opinion. Time will tell whether or not that will actually happen. So let's see. All right, now I'm going down in the checks. I was scolded I was too far behind. So Geekball Trade says, some exchange offer trailing stop losses. Definitely a great way to not lose out when it keeps pumping, then randomly dumps. That's a good point. So one of the things you can do is, again, put in stop losses to make sure. And I think what he's referring to, and I haven't actually looked into this, but I think what he's referring to is that at any given price, your stop losses continue to rise with whatever the current price is. And then if it drops from that high, a certain percent, then it will trigger. I haven't actually seen that, but that'd be pretty cool thing to implement. Big Wooly, hello, sir. Good to see you. That's my favorite plaid shirt of yours. Well, I like it too. It's the Misfit Mining colors with purple. I don't have any green in it, but I have a different one that's purple and green. I haven't worn that in a long time. Yeah, I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm pretty close to the end of the chat now. MCW, thanks. You're welcome for answering the question. Galaxy 9 Synthesis, hey, Nashville is in my neck of the woods. Next Sunflower Mama, gonna enjoy your visit. Well, we actually probably will go. It'll be a busy weekend because we'll probably go down and visit my son who lives in Huntsville, and then drive back to Nashville, watch a couple concerts, and then head on home. So it's always kind of a whirlwind where we see some friends that also come to the concert, as well as spend some time with my son. Who says that? Did you pop it up? Oh, that's right. You didn't. Yeah. Can you talk about the Nexa payouts? I can talk about them. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I use, when I'm mining Nexa, I use pool 137, and that pays out a lot faster than most of the other ones that usually take like a week. I don't know if anything's changed. I haven't mined Nexa for a while, so I'm not real sure what's going on with Nexa. There's just a lot to keep up with. So if anybody has any information, it sounds like Mining Boom, you might have some information on that, unless you're just wondering like, why does it take so long to pay out? Yeah, I would look into mining at pool 137. They're a relatively small pool. They were definitely having some problems, but then after a little bit, I stopped having any problems, and they were very reliable for me. Not saying. So you're the one who's been doing it, Joker Miner. Yeah, actually, my my IP for my house changed again yesterday. Knocked out a couple of nodes. One of them got sent to the back of the line. The other one I caught in time. So yeah, gotta love it when Comcast changes my IP address. What I'm wondering though is, what I think about every time the IP address changes, I'm like, they must have made a change. They must be getting closer to getting better upload speed. DOCSIS 4.0, DOCSIS 4.0. Can't wait for it. I probably miss every 14 days, one of mine has gone down. So I'm making basically the equivalent of 7 nodes on 8 nodes that are running. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. Oh, I don't think he's here. He's probably asleep, but Sunflower Mama was opening up the mail, and I got UK Miners Club. Thank you, KC. Appreciate it. Was it KJ? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, KJ, sorry. I got the wrong last syllable. So KJ. Come on. There we go. Chum change. Getting me in trouble. Did you like my tweet? So Chum Change, in case you didn't know, did a video on, hey, everyone, make sure you've documented for your loved ones how to get at your crypto. And I've started it a few times and never finished it. So I need to do that. And so my tweet was, yeah, I better do this before my wife kills me. Obviously is contradictory, because she wouldn't kill me because I haven't done it. So she was joking about it. She's like, so that's why you haven't done it. You're afraid I'm going to kill you. Anyway, we found it funny. But yeah, if you haven't gone to watch that video, go watch it. I'm kind of curious to see how it does, just because it's such a, nobody wants to think about their death. But at the same time, like, life insurance is just easy. You just buy it and you just don't think about it. This is something that when you actually do it, you're doing it to make sure that your loved ones can get at your money. Anyway. Alrighty. The Mining King, max plans for nodes when the bandwidth enforcement catches up. Yeah. So one thing that, I mean, I've been pretty open. I've got 8 nodes. And they are trying to enforce against people like me. Now, one of the things I have done is I have continued to check to make sure that my upload speed is not a limiting factor at all. And it has never been. They've never come close to saturating the upload speed. So if they did, then I would obviously turn off some of my nodes in doing so. And at any rate, but they have started implementing where they are going through and actually syncing everybody's one IP addresses of nodes are all synced, are all benchmarked at the same time. And obviously in doing so, they're going to fail. The problem is that the second sync currently is not synced. So they all then start at a slightly different time, and therefore one will finally recover and pass a benchmark. The other ones will still be conflicting, but slowly they will go through enough times where eventually all of them will come back up. So they've made them very resilient to make sure that they recover, but kind of defeats the purpose of trying to stop people from doing this. So anyway, they now have implemented something that will be in a future release enforcement, where the benchmarks will be all synced. If you fail one, then all of them will be synced the next time, and so on and so forth. So that will probably be coming in about a week or two. And then I will have to make other plans for my nodes, find a new home or something. So, but anyway, we'll see. I mean, knew the time was coming eventually. So I was told that there are definitely some engineers that are extremely focused on this. So time is short with this. So I need to start making some plans on what I'm going to do. Anyway, alrighty. Oh, did everybody hear that everybody's Discord names are going to need to change? Everybody hear that? John Tremaine, am I getting the free electricity this week? I don't think so. It wasn't sunny today. It was cloudy today. It was sunny last week. So last week was really good. It was cool, sunny. Yes, it was very good last week. Now, this weekend, it was also hot. It got up to 87 degrees on Saturday.
Everybody wants to know what you're talking about with the Discord thing.
Oh, anyway, so Discord is saying that they're going to change it so that the numbers at the end won't be there anymore, and everybody's going to have an @ symbol at the front. So everybody is going to have to come up with a new Discord, but the older your account is, the sooner you're going to be able to choose your name. So if you have a later account and you try to choose the same name as somebody else, you will not be able to choose that name. Now, you will be able to display the same name that you currently have, but your underlying ID will need to be different. That's what was talked about. My son told me about it, so pretty sure that's the case. Actually, Sunflower Mama told me about it, and then we were talking to our son about it. But yeah, she saw an article about it. So it is coming. It's coming. Tane says, I'm hosting a few nodes. I may have some room for a couple more nodes. I thought you were maxed out. Thought you had 8 for your one IP address. Anyway, but yeah, we can talk later. Steven Cicero said, yes, I think it's bad. The number helps identify yourself. Yeah, I mean, I see why they want to do it. I mean, think about the number of copycats that show up that look like they have the exact same ID. The only thing that's different is the numbers. Nobody's really paying attention to the numbers. Now, if you have a slightly different spelling in the underlying ID, you might see that. Anyway, the Mining King, $2 super chat. Mining King gets taken. I'm using big floppy disk. LOL. Mining King gets taken.
He gets taken on Discord.
Oh, got it. Yeah, the big thing was if. I was missing that. Anyway, that's funny. For those of you that don't know, Bistang on gaming is big floppy disk. So there you go. Anyway. All right. What else was I going to talk about tonight? Oh, what may be my next purchase? I saw a video from Hardware Unboxed today that was comparing the 4070 to the 4070 Ti. And he was kind of going back and forth. His big thing was, if you're paying that much for a GPU, it should have more than 12 gigs of VRAM. And he's not wrong. Definitely not wrong. But it made me start to think, well, cost per frame is still lower on a 4070. I don't know. I was going to actually maybe get one to do comparisons, continue, so I can maybe do a series on continuing to compare the two as new miners come out and all that kind of stuff, and go from there. And also I wanted to try an Asus Dual, because the Asus Dual now, so that was the other thing I found out over the weekend. I was replacing fans on my 1660 Ti Asus ROG Strix card. And in the process, I was kind of learning basically what generations had what type of fan, what type of fan hub it had. And what I found out was that like Ampere and Turing both had sleeve bearings, not ball bearings, but sleeve bearings, which don't last as long. Now the new 4000 series has ball bearing, including the Asus Dual. And especially when it comes to heat, the ball bearing fans last a lot longer. And so I think that's where I was running into problems with the Asus Duals, because they were constantly running at 100%, as well as running under high heat. So anyway. Yeah, that's kind of the way it is, The
Integra guy, retro mic, guess you were buying a 4070 Ti, lol.
Steven Cicero says 4070 is a beast on iron. Better than, is it that much closer to the 4070 Ti? That's really why I want to have those, because I want to be able to compare the two. Maybe I'll get a rig like Panda, where he's got one of everything. I'll get a 4090, a 4080, a 4070 Ti, a 4070, a 4060 Ti, and a 4060. No, I won't be. Certainly won't be getting the 4080, because that thing is it's a horrible buy. They've actually reduced it in Europe. They haven't reduced it in America yet, but they've reduced it in Europe. It's crazy. It's dumb how they price that thing. 4090 is not a bad deal with where it's priced in comparison. Frames. Dollars per frame. It's not bad. But anyway, yeah, I am thinking about buying a 4070. With my small pittance of earnings from YouTube these days, but a 4070? Yeah. I have a 4070 Ti. Yeah, they're different. They're very different. So anyway, I don't know. Kind of debating on it. Yeah, you already told me, Creative Cloud, that you've been updated. Why are you telling me again? Anyway, hey, Hawk. Good to see you. Yeah, where have you been, sir? Anyway, I was kidding, Hawk. You have a child, so I get it. Alrighty, well, hey, ask me anything. It is the AMA portion of the stream. Be cutting it short relatively. No, she did not tell me yet. She's going to tell me later. Mining King, you're horrible. By the way, I was told by Sunflower Mama that it is possible for a man to breastfeed. Anyway, the parts are there, evidently. Don't yell at you. Not yelling at you. God, you sound like my coworker. Stop yelling at me. I'm not yelling at you. Maybe I'll sound like George Costanza. I'm not yelling at you. Anyway, just feed. Alrighty. Well, I haven't seen any questions come up. Yeah, that was like way off in left field there, all set miner, that I just said. Hard pass. Yeah, those are like, that's like the thing you can't unhear. what I said. But anyway, when 4090 AI rig, yeah, I will. It tells me that like a 4090 will make like $100 a day doing proof of useful work. Then I will get a 4090 AI rig, no question. Proof of useful rig build soon. Yeah, mine will be small. My proof of useful rig will be small. What are you laughing at? I won't. I won't be sleeping tonight. Thanks, Max. You're welcome. Ronnie has a 4070 on iron at 50 gigahash. I should see what my 4070 Ti does. Anyway, no, I'm actually, like I said, I'm probably going to put the 4070 Ti with and pair it with a 5950X. Probably will also do a 4070 on that same rig with 8 lanes each and see how it does. So again, I'm gonna, I always say mine what you got. I'm gonna proof of useful work what I got and create a small rig that will do it. So yeah, as we've been talking about, proof of useful rigs can be extremely pricey. And until we have a better idea of what the profitability is going to be on them, I'm going to be sitting on the sidelines. Want to see more information before I start making decisions. I'm not saying I'll be like in the know, but it's kind of like, people say, oh, inside information. It's not about insider information. It's about acting on the information you get. If you get it before somebody else, then you have the ability to act on it. So I know that once I get the information and get some more solid information, then I hopefully will be able to act on it before it starts affecting prices of hardware. So we'll see. Jeff, have we talked taxes yet? No, I've not talked taxes yet. But I will say I appreciate everybody that used my Koinly affiliate code link. It was a better year than last year with that, so I appreciate that. That actually definitely helped is helping to pave the way towards getting a 4070. I'm actually using some YouTube earnings, but I consider that part of the YouTube earnings. But yeah, that will definitely help. First video soon, proof of useful work almost done. Well, and that's the thing is, so yeah, there will be something out and then we'll be able to do benchmarks. But again, those are only benchmarks of what type of setups are better than another, but it really won't talk about the profitability at that point. So is it worth going to spend $5,000 on a rig that can do, 16 GPUs at once, because of all the cores? I mean, what is going to be that happy medium of the most cost effective? And that's, I don't think anybody really knows that for sure at this point. Plus, we don't know exactly what the demand is going to be. We know that there's going to be demand. We just don't know how much. It's a lot like mining. If everybody decides to get into this, I mean, look at what happened with Ironfish. Good example. Ironfish was promoted like crazy and the hash rate skyrocketed and it wasn't as profitable as other coins. So is this going to be the same thing? I don't think so, because I think the barrier to entry is higher as far as cost to really, but the other part of it is that they're trying to make it so that anybody with their own personal computers can also participate with their, high-end GPUs. So we'll see. All right. Patrick Ian says, I have a metric to break it down that I will present to. Okay. I would be curious about that. And Second TL says, to Jeff Key, is ROCm be supported or only CUDA? That's a good question. I'm assuming ROCm is AMD. I saw the first version today. Are you just taunting us with it? Or were you answering Second TL's question? Anyway, yes, what a tease. All right, should we ban Jeff Key at this point? Anyway, thank you, Jeff Key, for joining us on Saturday Night Live. That was a lot of fun. That was definitely a lot of fun and a lot of great information. Appreciate you giving Leaky Dan a run for his money. So, alrighty, well, I've been going about almost an hour. I've been going about an hour and 10 minutes. So Retro Mike does, I can time him out. But I appreciate you guys all being here. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little short for words today. A little tired and busy at work, but yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it, and have a great night. And this is the General out.